Time feels different at night, and most people notice it without really stopping to question it. The same amount of time that disappears quickly during the day can feel heavier and slower once everything goes quiet. That usually happens because there are fewer things competing for your attention. So your mind stops jumping forward all the time. There is nothing pulling you into the next moment. So you stay where you are a little longer. During the day, time is broken into small pieces without you realizing it. You look at the clock, then something interrupts you. Then you move on to the next thing. Each interruption creates a marker in your mind, which makes the day feel structured and fast. Those markers act like signposts, telling your brain that progress is being made. At night, those markers mostly disappear. There are fewer interruptions, fewer decisions, and fewer moments that need to be recorded. Without those signals, time stops feeling organized. It becomes less like a schedule and more like an open space. When nothing is demanding your attention, your brain stops slicing time into neat sections. Instead of minutes and hours, time starts to feel like one long stretch. It does not really move forward in steps anymore. It just sort of exists in the background while you lie there. You are aware of it, but you are not interacting with it. What is interesting is that time itself has not changed at all. A minute is still a minute, and an hour is still an hour. The only thing that has changed is how your brain measures it. Without constant signals telling you what to do next, your sense of time becomes softer and less exact. Your brain usually measures time by change. Movement, sound, light, and decisions all give your mind something to count. When those things slow down, your brain loses its usual reference points. Without references, time becomes harder to pin down. Clocks are actually a strange thing to think about when you are tired. They are designed to be precise, but your body does not really work that way. Your body does not care much about numbers. It responds more to light, temperature, and familiar patterns than it does to the exact time on a screen. Even if a clock says it is late, your body will not respond unless the environment supports that idea. Darkness, stillness, and quiet matter more than the number itself. That is why checking the time at night can sometimes feel unsettling. It introduces precision into a moment that feels intentionally vague. As it gets darker, your brain starts preparing to slow everything down. Hormones shift slightly. Your body temperature drops a little, and your awareness narrows. Your muscles loosen, and your breathing becomes less deliberate. None of this happens suddenly. It is gradual, which is why time can feel slightly stretched rather than clearly slower. There is no clear moment where day becomes night in your mind. It fades in stages, and as it fades, your relationship with time changes alongside it. This is also why people lose track of time so easily at night. You might feel like you've been lying there for a long time, but when you check the time, it has not been that long at all. Other times, you expect it to still be early, and you realize far more time has passed than you thought. Both experiences come from the same thing: a lack of reference points. Without events to mark time, your estimates become guesses. Your mind fills in the gaps based on how you feel rather than what actually happened. If you feel restless, time feels long. If you feel calm, time can vanish without warning. Memory plays a big role in how time feels as well. When you are busy, your brain stores more details. Conversations, movement, decisions, and changes all create memories. Each memory acts like proof that time passed. When you later think back, those memories make the time feel full and long. A busy day can feel short while you are living it, but long when you remember it. That is because your brain has more moments to point to. It can trace a clear path through the time. When you are calm and doing very little, fewer memories are created. Your brain does not bother recording much because nothing important is happening. There is no threat, no task, and no decision that needs to be saved. Everything feels safe enough to let go. Looking back, that time feels short, even if it felt long while you were in it. This creates a strange contradiction. Time stretches while you are experiencing it, but shrinks when you remember it. That is why a quiet evening can feel endless at the time, but strangely brief the next day. Waiting also changes how time behaves in your mind. At night, you are often waiting without a clear goal. You are not waiting for something to begin. You are waiting for something to fade away. Usually your thoughts. That kind of waiting feels different from daytime waiting. During the day, Waiting usually has an end point. A meeting starts, a message arrives, or something changes. At night, there is no clear moment where waiting ends. You are just waiting until you are not anymore. Because that kind of waiting does not have a deadline. Time feels open and undefined. There is no pressure for it to move quickly. It can stretch without consequence. Nothing is lost if it takes longer. Sleep itself creates a very unusual break in time. From your perspective, it is almost instant. You close your eyes, and then it is morning. There is no awareness of the hours in between. But during that gap, hours pass without you being aware of any of them. Your body moves through cycles. Your brain stays active in ways you never consciously notice. Time continues as normal, just without you observing it. Your brain stays active while you sleep, but your awareness is switched off. Because you are not consciously observing time, it effectively disappears. Without observation, time has no shape. It is there, but it leaves no trace. This is why sleep feels like a pause rather than a long experience. Even though it takes up a large part of your life, it is a section of time that exists without memory. When you wake up, it feels like nothing happened at all. Just a quiet jump forward. Dreams make time even more confusing. A dream that feels long and detailed can happen in a very short window of time. Your brain compresses events, stretches moments, and rearranges sequences without following normal rules. It does this without effort. In dreams, time does not behave like it does when you are awake. There is no consistency. Moments can expand or collapse without explanation. Your brain is not trying to be accurate. When you wake up, it is difficult to tell how much time actually passed. Dreams do not fit neatly into real time. They feel detached, like they happen somewhere else, somewhere outside the normal flow. Night routines also quietly shape how time feels. Doing the same things in the same order each night tells your brain that nothing unexpected is coming. Familiarity lowers alertness, and lower alertness changes how time is processed. Because there are no surprises, your mind relaxes its grip on time. It stops monitoring minutes closely. It stops checking what comes next. Everything feels settled. Silence has a similar effect. When there is less sound, small noises feel larger, and the spaces between them feel longer. Those gaps can stretch your sense of time, even though nothing is really happening inside them. Your mind starts filling the space instead. In those quiet gaps, thoughts slow down or repeat. There is nothing external to interrupt them. Time begins to feel thicker, almost like it is pooled around you. Eventually, your brain begins to let go of timekeeping altogether. Thoughts slow down, focus drifts, and moments start blending into each other. You do not need to make this happen. It is something your mind does naturally when there is nothing left to respond to. By the time you are close to sleep, time stops feeling like a straight line. It becomes softer and less defined. There is no clear direction anymore. No forward movement to track. You are not really moving through it anymore. You are just resting inside it. And at some point, without any clear moment marking it, sleep arrives.